Selling is not as hard as you think. In fact, you might be the one overcomplicating it. Hi everyone, my name is Hinga, and in this video, I want to show you how you're making sales way harder than they need to be. So, you might be asking, do you need to have a perfect pitch? Not to start with. Do you need to be good at selling? Not necessarily. And no, you definitely don't need to pressure people into buying. What you need to do is to stop selling and start serving. And when you do that, sales become easier to get. Let me show you how. Most people treat sales like a Hollywood action scene. Big pitch, dramatic timing, and background explosions. But in reality, selling becomes easier when you stop forcing it. Stop focusing on the sale and start focusing on the person in front of you. What do they need? What's frustrating them? How can you help? The moment you shift from I need to close this deal to how can I serve this person, the pressure disappears from you. You're no longer selling, you're just having a conversation. And conversations, that's where sales actually happen. The number one reason you're struggling to sell is because you are desperate, and desperation reeks. Have you ever walked into a store and before you've even had a chance to look around, a salesperson comes and they start asking, can I help you? What are you looking for? You should try this. And suddenly all you want is to leave or to be left alone. And that's what desperation feels like to your customers. People don't buy because you need them to. They buy because they trust you to solve a problem. Here is a mindset shift. Detach yourself from the outcome. When you show up without expectations, even your energy changes. You're no longer chasing, you're guiding. And when people sense that, they lean in instead of pulling away. Now, let me also talk about the law of averages. Let's be real. Sales is a numbers game. The law of averages says if you have 10 conversations and close one deal, that's most likely your ratio. So if you want to double your sales, don't overthink it. Just have 20 conversations instead of 10. Most people mess up here. They take every no personally. But remember this, every no is just another step closer to a yes. Instead of fearing rejection, embrace it. Track your numbers. How many conversations are you having? How many offers? How many sales? Once you know your baseline, you can tweak and improve. No more guessing, just strategy. Another concept I want to talk about is pre-indoctrination. Most people try to build trust in the moment when they are selling. They pitch, they push, and then they hope for the sale. And that's like planting a seed and expecting a tree the following day. It just doesn't work that way. Pre-indoctrination is about trust before the pitch happens. And how do you do this? One way you can do that is by teaching. Don't sell, share valuable tips that help your audience get small wins. The second thing you need to do is to be reliable. Share your struggles, your mistakes, and your lessons. People connect with people, not with products. And the third thing you need to do is to be consistent. Trust is not built in one post or one call. It's built over time. And when you do this right, by the time you make your offer, most of your customers or many of your customers are already sold. Here is something else I want you to think about when selling. Planting seeds, or the law of the farm. Think like a farmer. You plant seeds, you water them, you give them sunlight, perhaps fertilizer, and then trust the process. You don't dig up the soil every day to check if the seeds are growing. Imagine if farmers did that, would have no food whatsoever, and sales are the same. Every post, every video, every conversation, it's a seed. Some sprout quickly, others take months, and many take years. But the more seeds you plant, the bigger the harvest. Most people fail because they're impatient. They want results now. But sales and business reward the ones who stay consistent. Plant daily by showing up regularly. Water with effort. Give valuable content. Put some fertilizer by sharing stories, behind the scene insights. A little bit of sunlight or the right amount of sunlight, show results, testimonials, and then the harvest will come. How do entrepreneurs chase people away? Would you propose marriage on the first date? No. Then why are you pitching the moment someone says hello? People need time to trust you. Studies show that it takes 7 hours of interaction before someone feels comfortable buying. Daniel Priestley talks about the 7-11-4 rule of engagement. And this is what it means. Before consumers can trust you, they want to spend at least 7 hours with you. And there should be at least 11 interactions or touch points with you. And those interactions should take place across 4 different platforms, 7, 11, 4. And that's why I focus on content. Every video, post, email, it lets people spend time with me, learn from me, and trust me. If you're not creating content, you're forcing people into a love at first sight decision. And the truth is, most people don't buy like that. Slow down, build trust, and then the sales will follow. The next thing you need to know about sales is to stop convincing and start persuading. Convincing is pushing someone into a decision they're not ready for. It's uncomfortable for you and it's uncomfortable for them. Persuasion is different. Persuasion is about alignment. And how can you persuade your customers? One is to ask good questions. What do they want? What is holding them back? Another way to persuade is to listen actively. Don't wait for your turn to talk. Actually hear them. And third, address any doubts. Don't run away from objections. Tackle them head on. Persuasion feels effortless because it's not about forcing, it's about showing your customers the value. And then I've already said this. Serve first and sell later. People don't care about your product until they know how you care about them. And that's why my YouTube channel is my secret weapon. I don't pitch in every video. In fact, 29 out of 30 videos, no sales, just pure value. Why? Because when you help people without expecting anything in return, they will notice. And a lot of them will think, if this person is giving me this much value for free, imagine what happens when I pay them. That's how trust leads to sales. And now I want to leave you with this challenge. Challenge number 1, detach yourself from the outcome. Stop chasing sales and start serving. Challenge number 2, know your numbers. Track your conversations, your offers, and your conversions. Challenge number 3, create consistent content. Show up daily with value. Challenge number 4, ask better questions. Stop pitching and start listening. And I want to finish off with this. Remember that selling is not about being slick. It's about showing up, serving consistently, and letting people make their own decisions. Plant your seeds, serve your audience, and then trust the process. I promise you the harvest is coming. And thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out, and also to help this channel.